So this week marks the 35th anniversary of Batman 89. One hand, I'm amazed, astounded, and just so in awe of that film. And at the same time, I'm not okay with the fact that it is 35 years old, because I feel like a very old man. But today, we are going to be checking out some very crumbly but beautiful screen-used props from the film, mostly Batsuits, see where they are today, and what they look like. Also, someone gets that reference. Now, also a little cheeky reminder that our latest fan film, Gotham Noir, is currently crowdfunding on Kickstarter. I will leave the link down below. We're very excited about it. I'm currently molding the cowl at this stage. I'm actually going to be doing a video on that with the whole process, with molding, casting, finishing that, and that's going to be on the main Cosplay Chris YouTube channel. So sit back, relax as we take a look at some Batman 89 props. Now, the way I'm trying to format these videos, at the end, we'll be looking at some auctions, mostly from the prop store, but I want to start off with the whole honorable mentions part. Now, when it comes to the Batman 89 props, most notably the Batsuits, they are in very, very rough condition these days. You got to think about it. It's been 35 years, the nature of foam latex, the fact that they were still essentially tinkering and testing out all these foam latexes back then when it came to building the suits. By the time they got to Batman Returns, they'd really refined mixing of the foam latex, so it's a lot more streamlined, whereas 89, it's not as forgiving. Nonetheless, these pieces are still incredible to look at up close. Now, this is the Batman 89 restored Batsuit that I'd seen up at Warner Brothers Movie World when myself and Joshy did that Batsuit documentary. If you haven't checked it out, I will leave the link down below. So this was restored. It was in pretty bad shape, so much so that a very dear friend of mine, Mr. Sean Reeves, who is a Batman 89 and Batman Returns aficionado, supplied, I believe, the boot armor and the forearm armor. Correct me if I'm wrong, Shawnee. I do remember you saying the forearm armor that goes on the gloves you supplied and helped them source all that. Now, it's funny, when I actually got up close to do my intro with that statue when Joshy and I were filming, when no one was looking, I touched the cape and literally it was like this. I was like, ooh, man, she's hardened up. That's what she said. That's what he said. Now, the last honorable mention, and I'm actually going to show you a series of clips. This is from Ironhead Studios and Warner Brothers. So Ironhead Studios, founded by Jose Fernandez, started out on Batman Returns sculpting the Catwoman cowl, and then he helped out in the Bat Shop for Batman Forever, Batman and Robin. The guy was 26 when he made Kilmer's suit, which is just an incredible feat in itself. But Ironhead was tasked with restoring an 89 suit and a Return suit. But I'm going to show you guys the footage of them mostly restoring the 89 suit, so much so that most of the pieces had crumbled into dust. But what they did is they took that dust and embedded it in the fiberglass, in the resin, when they were creating the molds of the brand new fresh cowls. So these are just display purposes. They didn't recreate the cowls in foam latex. They went ahead and did them in fiberglass so they would stand the test of time. But regardless of that, check this shit out.
Through the years, a lot of these assets have deteriorated, but what we don't do is restore. So when it came to restoring the Batman suits and the cowls, we knew exactly who to go to.
My name is Jose Fernandez. I'm the owner and lead sculptor at Ironhead Studio. My history with Batman started way back in the Batman Returns, where I was hired in-house as a general sculptor, and the opportunity came up to sculpt Catwoman. They hired me again to do the Val Kilmer suit, head to toe, so I sculpted that one. And then I did the Clooney suit, and then was brought back to do the Ben Affleck suit. For this particular project, we're restoring Batman 89, the first appearance of Keaton in the suit, and also we're doing Returns. It's like on an old car, when you get an old car and the seats are just crumbling under you. It's kind of the same thing. The foam latex is just deteriorating, going back into dust. We have two of the suits that are being restored currently. And over here, we have Batman 89. Getting the edges, which is seem to be taking the most abuse, just edges on this one. Again, this is the best example that exists as well. Here we have some of the original shoes from Batman 89. The originals, the soles deteriorated and also this cover deteriorated. There was a little more to it before we took them apart, but we scanned them first so we had all the data, and then reproduced these so they will eventually go back onto the shoe. And also in this case, what we're doing, which I think is a really kind of a great novel approach, is we're taking the original pieces that are now turned to powder and putting those into the material that we're casting them into. So essentially you'll have the DNA of the original, kind of an archival approach.
I love stuff like that, man. To see the original Nikes as well, like it's very rare to see the 89 ones. They used a different model for returns. I believe it was the Air Trainer 3s for 89 and the Air Jordan 6s for returns. Fuck, I hope I got that right. Someone's gonna get very cranky if I don't get that right. Right, so I've got 7 listings from the prop store that we're gonna check out. We're gonna start off with an 89 battle damaged emblem that sold for a whopping $28,125 USD. That is a big chunk of change. Regardless, what I love about this is it's battle damage, and I actually really love the battle damage suit, and we actually have a battle damage suit to look at towards the end of the video. Again, it's pretty stock standard. It's a chest emblem. There's nothing exactly fancy about it, but at the same time, it's so iconic because of that unique looking bat emblem with the 2 extra feet, prongs, whatever the hell you want to call them. We've got a 01 on the back. I always love stuff like that when there's like Sharpie markings or like the actor's name inside the suit. Again, we've got like, seems like a bullet hit. That, well, there we go. They've matched it right up. Ah, okay. So this is not from the end sequence. This is from the alleyway when he gets shot. Next up, we have a very crumbly looking cowl. Now this one sold for £4,687. So give or take, let's say like close to 10,000 AUD, which is not much, but considering the condition of it, that doesn't surprise me at all. If this was like nearly pristine or had a bit of wear and tear here and there, you're looking at hundreds of thousands of dollars. Again, she is in very rough shape and it's seen better days. Like even the ear is hollowed out, caving in. But at the same time, it's such an iconic piece of movie history. Let's zoom in and see. Oh, not that much. Let's go back a bit. Yeah. Oof. That foam is crunchy, man. Now it seems like they've also got it mounted on like a form under there, and that looks like glue. It looks like they've also chopped pieces of it away, which I don't know why, but okay. Yeah, he looks great here, but ooh, not so much. Next up, we have a full 89 suit. So Batsuit consists of a cowl, a cape, a lycra bodysuit with foam rubber body armor, a set of leg armor. Also features Batman's iconic yellow and black emblem, which is made of acrylic. In the center of the chest, the gloves, belt, and boots are replicas. Okay, gloves, belt, and boots are replicas, added to complete the look of the outfit. So this one sold for £79,950. If they had, say, the gloves, the boots, and the belt as well, you're looking at probably £150,000, maybe even pushing $200,000. Also depending on the condition. So let's take a look at this as well. Again, this is a great display piece. That beautiful emblem there. Again, it's seen better days, but we've got the replica boots there, the Nikes. That is definitely a replica belt. That color seems, I wouldn't say off, but it just doesn't exactly match 89. And so look at all this speckling here on the foam. It's like water droplets that have dried. That foam is rough, man. Still beautiful nonetheless. That cowl looks like it's about to crack open. Or has it? It seems like it's had a big tear right there and they've repaired it. You know, this could have had the work of Tom Spinner. There is a piece that has been, or 2 pieces I think, that have been restored by Tom Spinner with these auctions. Again, like so iconic and so cool to have in the collection, but my God, the way you'd have to store it, no sunlight, climate controlled, you'd have to be on top of it, otherwise it will only get worse. So this is a piece that was restored by Tom Spinner and his crew. So production made Batman cowl. I don't think this is screen used if it usually says production made. But yes, I do remember Tom Spinner covering this one and they showed the before. And yeah, it was really rough. But again, they've gone in, worked their magic. It looks great now. It looks pretty damn good. Trying to get it back to its former glory. They've even got it mounted on a life cast of Michael Keaton, which is pretty impressive. Again, you'd have to make sure this is stored in a way that it's not going to further the damage. Like Tom Spinner and crew can obviously do their best, but it's up to the buyer, the person that's commissioned to do this, to then take care of it for the rest of its remaining days. So this one's sold, unsold, but again, I don't buy that, man. Like maybe it did sell. So the estimate was between £8,000 to £10,000. I think because it's been restored as well, it kind of takes away from how it was originally. But then it's also that double-edged sword. Do you want it to further deteriorate, or you want to preserve how it looks now, or kind of get it back to its former glory? even if it does take away the value. This is all I could find of Nicholson's costume. Like, it's been on display. I've seen it on display before at like Warner Brothers events and stuff like that, but like at an auction, this is all I could find. One of his gloves, his right-handed glove, purple glove, and it sold for 11,875 USD. Again, cool nonetheless, because it's so iconic, because like Nicholson, man, is the Joker. He's even, so they've even got like the button snap there, which is pretty cool. Seems like it's faded a bit, but also they look really comfy. I mean, there's not much else to it, guys. It's a glove. I don't know if you could screen match it. It'd be interesting to see what screenshots they've included if they're done with the 360 turnarounds. My God, we've got so many photos. We've got more photos of the glove than the Batsuits. Oh, okay. So that's signed by Jack. That is cool though. Yeah, that is very cool. So we've got that screenshot and that screenshot. Again, it'd be so hard to screen match it. Like, how do you know? Unless you're the costumer. So this is a very niche piece, and I put it on the thumbnail because I knew people would think like, wait, what is that? If I were in high school and I was hanging out with my mates and I saw this, I'd probably crack the joke, oh, look, man, your mum's dildo got delivered. So this is a miniature of Access Chemicals from '89. It's really cool actually to see the details up close and all the work they put into these miniatures. I love it. Was just so cool. I mean, look at all that work, man. Stuff that people wouldn't even see. And like all this speckling here, the Axis sign, like the railings, the ladder, everything. It's so cool. And like miniature work back in the day, like during the Burton era, like Jurassic Park, like during the 90s, miniature work was so on point. Even in the early 2000s with the Lord of the Rings, it was just incredible. And like, obviously we're at an age now where CGI is mostly king, and I don't like saying that, but unfortunately it is cheaper to do. And I also think that they don't make them like they used to. As old as I sound, with miniature work, there's something so charming about it, and having something like this in camera, you just can't beat that. And the last piece in our screen used Batman '89 props video is a battle damaged Batsuit, or the bodysuit for that matter. Again, I love the look of Keaton by the end of '89, how he looked. There's something about Batman when he's bloodied up and bleeding from the mouth with the cowl and just how gnarly it looks. There's something just so appealing about that to me. I think because it just adds another level of badassness to Batman, if that is even a word. So this one sold for £31,250, so 263,000 AUD. Now, I do believe this was partially restored by Tom Spinner. Attached to the suit is a chest emblem made of flexible rubber, distressed to make it appear burnt from the crash. The Batsuit comes presented on a custom display of the light up Batman symbol. It's such a unique look for the suit. Like, we do see it get battle damage. Actually, let's see what it's been mounted on here. Is it the original spandex / lycra bodysuit? It looks very faded there. Like, it must be it, because there's no way if Tom Spinner, like if him and his crew did restore this one, that they'd use an old one, because it would just probably tear after a while. That's still cool nonetheless. So let's go to the other turnaround here. So kind of, as you can see, like the way it's been treated here is still in good nick, but the back is really revealing the white lycra. Pretty sure they did use white lycra at one point. I'll zoom in and look at this beautiful detail here, man. Like, look at all that. Like, obviously, being battle damaged, it doesn't help with the wear and tear of the foam latex over time. But again, it's such an iconic look and such a unique look from the film. And there you go. It's matching it up to the screenshots. And there you go, guys. Those are some screen-used Batman '89 props and how they look today. Well, for the most part. So with that being said, a very happy birthday to Batman '89. Also, let me know down below what other screen use prop videos you want to see. Next up is Friday the 13th. That was originally going to be this week's video, but of course the 35th anniversary of '89 came up, so I had to do that. I really do hope you guys managed to check out the Friday the 13th one, because I might be doing a giveaway. I'm also planning a Spawn video, because there is a screen use / production made prop here in Sydney that you can just walk into the shop and look at. So I want to make that a thing, because I think that would be really cool to include in the video. Also, if you know of any other '89 props where I could do like a part 2 video that's worthwhile, please let me know down below. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I love doing these videos, love the feedback, and just love the very warm welcome words. Really appreciate it. Love you guts, and I'll catch you in the next one.